If you've ever felt like money slips through your hands no matter how hard you work, stop scrolling. Because what I'm about to show you can flip your financial story faster than you think. Let's be real, being broke in America feels like running full speed on a treadmill that never stops. You work harder, yet the bills keep stacking higher. And while your friends are upgrading cars, taking trips, and finding money out of nowhere, you're stuck choosing between groceries and gas. It's not just exhausting, it's humiliating. And here's the truth nobody says out loud, it's not your fault. Schools never teach us how money actually works. They'll drill you on history dates and algebra formulas, but not once do they show you how to build credit, invest, or create income beyond a paycheck. That silence is the real reason millions feel trapped, thinking wealth is only for the lucky few. But what if that's the exact belief keeping you broke? Because the reality is this, everyday people, single moms, students drowning in debt, even people starting with $0, are building real wealth right now. And they're not doing it with lottery tickets or trust funds. They're following a simple, repeatable framework that rewires your money psychology and stacks the right habits in the right order. And in this video, I'll break that framework down step by step. By the end, you'll see exactly how people starting from nothing are creating financial freedom, and why staying broke is only permanent if you choose it. So if you've ever felt like money success was out of reach, stay locked in. Because the answer is about to hit harder than you expect, and it could be the wake-up call that changes everything. Most people think they know where their money goes, until they actually track it. The reality is wild. You buy a $6 latte here, grab Uber Eats there, and before you know it, half your paycheck is gone. That's why the first money habit is awareness. If you write down every expense for 30 days, you'll see your financial psychology shift instantly. It's like watching Limitless, when Bradley Cooper suddenly sees everything crystal clear. That's the clarity you get with personal finance when you track your dollars. Think about it, every dollar is a soldier in your financial army. If you don't tell them where to march, they'll wander off. Apps like Mint or even a simple spreadsheet can help. A college student I know realized he was spending $150 a month on energy drinks. Just imagine redirecting that into an index fund. It could grow into thousands over a few years. That's how small leaks destroy wealth silently, and tracking expenses plugs those leaks before they sink your ship. The cool part is, once you track everything, patterns jump out. You'll see habits you didn't even realize you had. Maybe you're hitting DoorDash 4 times a week, or you're just a quick Target run turns into $80 trips. This awareness is step 1 in financial education. Think of it like in Sherlock Holmes, the moment Holmes connects small clues that others miss. Suddenly, you see the bigger picture of your money life. That's financial psychology at work. Now here's where it gets powerful. Once you've tracked for a month, you can actually forecast. You'll know that if you cut $200 of fluff, you could start investing in a Roth IRA or pay off credit card debt faster. Personal finance isn't about being cheap, it's about being strategic. Imagine having an extra $2,400 a year just because you stopped mindless spending. That's a new laptop, a vacation, or seed money for a side hustle. Those are real-life rewards for building better money habits. And here's the kicker, when you start controlling your cash flow, you gain confidence. Money stops being this mysterious force that controls you. You're the one in charge. It feels like Neo in the Matrix, when he finally sees the code and bends it to his will. That's the moment your money mindset shifts forever. And the crazy thing? Tracking is just step 1. Because once you know where your money goes, the next question becomes, how do you make more of it with the time you already have? Here's the truth, most people waste hours scrolling TikTok, binging Netflix, or just zoning out. Nothing wrong with chilling, but if money's tight, those hours are gold. Think about it, 2 hours a night equals 14 hours a week. That's nearly 60 hours a month. Imagine what you could do with that time if you treated it like income time instead of dead time. That's how a strong money mindset flips your perspective. Let's say you're into writing. You could jump on Fiverr and start doing copy gigs. Or maybe you love gaming, why not stream on Twitch and build an audience? A buddy of mine turned his obsession with editing short clips into a $500 side hustle per month. That's personal finance psychology at work, transforming what you already enjoy into how to make money. It's not magic, it's discipline with a little creativity. Even if you're not talented, there are gigs for everyone. You can deliver food with Uber Eats, walk dogs, or do remote micro-tasks online. One college student I coached made an extra $200 a week just by tutoring math on Zoom. Think about it, that's almost $10,000 a year. That's not pocket change, that's the difference between drowning in debt and stacking savings. These are finance tips anyone can apply if they stop wasting evenings. Movies like The Pursuit of Happiness show this mindset perfectly. Will Smith's character had no free time, yet he used every second to hustle, learn, and move forward. That's the psychology of money, trade distractions for growth. Every hour is an investment, and the compound return on that time is life-changing. Free time isn't free, it's potential income hiding in plain sight. And here's the wild part, once you start using free time for growth, you'll crave it. Scrolling loses its charm when you see a $300 freelance payout hit your account. You start realizing you're not just making extra cash, you're building skills that can change your entire financial future. And speaking of skills, the next step shows you how to level up without spending a single dime. Here's the thing, skills pay bills. And the crazy part? In 2025, you don't need a dime to learn most of them. With YouTube, Coursera, and Khan Academy, you've got Ivy League level education in your pocket. Imagine binging tutorials on sales, coding, or design instead of another random Netflix series. That's financial education at its best, turning your phone into a money-making machine instead of a distraction. Think about it like Good Will Hunting. Matt Damon's character didn't need Harvard to prove he was a genius. He taught himself and shocked everyone around him. That's the same energy you can bring to personal finance and skills. You don't need student debt, you need discipline. Free resources are everywhere, you just have to use them. And once you do, your money mindset shifts from I can't afford to learn to I can't afford not to. Let's get practical. Say you're curious about digital marketing. Free Google certifications exist. Want to design? Canva has tutorials that can turn you into a freelancer fast. Into tech? Python and coding bootcamps on YouTube are insane right now. I know a guy who learned video editing online in 6 months and now charges $1,000 per project. That's how to make money in the real world by stacking free knowledge into valuable skills. And here's the kicker, these skills snowball. The more you learn, the more doors open. That's financial psychology in action, opportunity attracts opportunity. Employers want people who are resourceful. Clients love freelancers who bring value. It's the same reason Tony Stark in Iron Man became unstoppable, he never stopped upgrading himself. You're doing the same with your personal finance journey when you grab free resources. But the best part? You don't have to wait years for a payoff. Some skills can bring in cash within weeks if you put in the effort. Imagine replacing $300 of random spending with $300 earned from freelancing. That flips your budget instantly. And once you start generating that momentum, the next natural move is to find quick ways to turn the stuff you already own into fast cash. Most people have a gold mine sitting in their closet, garage, or storage. Old clothes, electronics, sneakers, or even furniture can turn into quick cash. The crazy part? We hang on to stuff we never use, thinking maybe one day. But that day rarely comes. Selling what you don't use isn't just decluttering, it's personal finance psychology in action. You're converting dead weight into fresh opportunity. Think of it like Marie Kondo's method from tidying up. If it doesn't spark joy or cash, it's time to let it go. Platforms like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and Poshmark make it easy. I once knew a guy who found an old PlayStation 3 in his basement, listed it for $120, and it sold in hours. That's how to make money without working extra hours, just moving and used stuff into the hands of someone who actually wants it. The beauty here is you don't need fancy strategies. Take 5 items, snap decent photos with your phone, write short descriptions, and boom, it's listed. Clothes, collectibles, tools, even kitchen gadgets can sell. One friend sold her designer purse she hadn't touched in years for $400. That cash went straight into paying off her credit card. That's financial education applied in the simplest way. trading clutter for clarity. And here's a fun twist, selling also trains your money habits. You start realizing how much junk you've bought that never paid off. It's like that scene in Toy Story 3 where Andy has to let go of his toys. It's bittersweet, but it makes space for a new chapter. When you sell, you're not just making cash, you're building awareness. And awareness is the foundation of a strong money mindset. Plus, once you get the taste of selling, it can spark something bigger. Many people start with old items and end up flipping things full-time. Thrift store finds, sneakers, furniture, you name it. That's the gateway to entrepreneurship. But even if you keep it small, that quick injection of money feels like breathing room. And speaking of people, did you know the next step doesn't require cash at all? It's about building powerful connections that could change your entire financial future. Here's a secret most people miss. Your network can be more valuable than your bank account. But building it doesn't require buying fancy suits or paying for $500 conferences. Free opportunities are everywhere, local events, LinkedIn groups, or even online communities. That's financial psychology at work, seeing people not as transactions, but as doors to opportunities. Relationships can shortcut years of grind if you nurture them right. Think of Suits, the series where Harvey Specter always knew someone who could open the next door. That's what a strong network feels like. And guess what? You don't need Harvey's budget to make it happen. You just need to show up. Go to free meetups, join forums in your niche, comment thoughtfully on posts, and people will remember you. That's personal finance strategy, leveraging human capital without dropping a dollar. Here's a practical tip: start by offering value before asking for anything. If you're into finance tips, share an article or resource with someone who's struggling. If you're learning design, volunteer to help a small local business improve their flyers. People remember kindness. A guy I know landed a job at a tech startup simply because he consistently shared free insights in a LinkedIn group. Zero cost, massive payoff. Networking also sharpens your money habits. You learn how others think, how they've succeeded, and sometimes, what mistakes to avoid. It's like The Office, where Jim built relationships with everyone, not by throwing money around, but by being authentic. And down the road, those small connections can turn into side hustles, job offers, or partnerships. That's the compound interest of human connection. And here's the magic: once you start building this kind of social wealth, doors open that money alone can't buy. Someone introduces you to a mentor. Another recommends you for a project. Suddenly, you're moving faster than you ever could alone. And once your circle grows, the next natural move is to give your money a job of its own, by creating a simple budget that keeps everything under control. When money's tight, clarity is your best weapon. A budget doesn't have to be some complicated spreadsheet with 50 categories. The smartest move? Focus on essentials: food, housing, transportation. That's it. Cut the noise. This money habit is about survival first, growth second. It's like decluttering your closet. Suddenly, everything feels lighter. In personal finance, simplicity is power. Think about the show Breaking Bad, minus the illegal stuff. Walter White started with nothing, but every decision came down to essentials: what's urgent, what's necessary, what can wait. That's the same lens you need with your financial psychology. Ask, do I really need this, or am I just chasing a temporary high? The answers are brutal sometimes, but that's how financial education works. It trains you to tell the truth about your spending. Here's a quick method: write down your top 3 unavoidable expenses. For most people, it's rent, groceries, and gas. Everything else? Optional. Once you strip your budget down like this, you can breathe. A friend of mine did this and freed up $400 a month just by pausing subscriptions and eating and more. That $400 wasn't just savings, it became seed money for investments. That's how to make money work for you instead of slipping away. And don't underestimate the mental freedom this brings. When you know your essentials are covered, stress levels drop. You're not panicking about bills or overdrafts. It's like that moment in Castaway when Tom Hanks finally builds a fire. It's simple, but it's survival, and survival creates hope. Budgeting around essentials is building your fire. It's the first step toward long-term stability. Once you master this discipline, you'll notice something powerful. Small decisions suddenly have big ripple effects. Cutting $10 here or $30 there adds up to thousands over time. That's when you start realizing the seeds you plant today can grow into something massive tomorrow. And speaking of seeds, the final step ties everything together with a principle that's not just financial, but timeless. Here's the truth: big wealth doesn't start with giant moves, it starts with tiny, consistent ones. The Bible nails it in Galatians 6 verse 9. Don't get tired of doing good, because in the right season, you'll reap a harvest. That's financial psychology at its core. Saving a single dollar, learning one new money habit, or taking one free online course might feel small, but those seeds compound over time. That's the mindset shift most people miss. Think about the Shawshank Redemption. Andy Dufresne didn't escape overnight. He chipped away, piece by piece, until freedom was his. That's how personal finance works. Maybe you're cutting $20 a week on coffee, or maybe you're stacking side hustle cash little by little. It feels slow, but 10 years later, you've got an emergency fund, investments, and peace of mind. That's how to make money and keep it, by respecting small beginnings. Let's get practical. Saving just $5 a day adds up to $1,825 a year. Invest that yearly in an S&P 500 index fund, and in 20 years, you could have over $70,000. That's not a fantasy, it's math. This is why financial education matters. Small seeds of discipline compound into life-changing results. Most people underestimate the power of starting small, but that's exactly where greatness is born. And here's the kicker: these seeds don't just grow money, they grow confidence. Every small win proves you're capable. Pay off a $200 debt? That momentum carries into tackling the next $1,000. Learn one free skill? It snowballs into freelance work. It's like Stranger Things, season 1 starts small with one girl, 11, but the story keeps expanding into something epic. That's exactly what your money story can become. So don't despise the little steps, they're building your future wealth. Each habit, each saved dollar, each connection is a seed. And when you stick with it, the harvest comes bigger than you expect. That's why this journey isn't just about making money, it's about transforming your mindset for life. And if you're wondering how all these steps tie together into one bigger picture, the introduction is where everything comes full circle. Remember how overwhelming it felt at the beginning, stuck in that cycle of working hard but never actually moving forward? Now you've got the finance tips, money habits, and financial psychology tools to flip the script. You've seen how personal finance doesn't require a trust fund, it requires clarity, action, and a powerful money mindset. The real question is, are you going to stay where you are, or start planting those small seeds that create the big harvest? Before you go, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Don't just watch one video and forget about it. Stay plugged in so you don't miss the habits, financial education, and money mindset strategies that can literally transform your future. Every new video is another step toward freedom, but only if you take it. And if you're ready to go deeper, it's time to take action today. My Material Holistic Health, Nourish Your Mind, Balance Your Finances, Transform Your Life shows you exactly how to create passive income streams, eliminate debt, and maintain mental clarity under financial pressure. It's not theory, it's practical, step-by-step guidance designed for people who are tired of being stuck. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. Check out the material in the pinned comment, grab it while it's fresh, and take control of your money before it controls you. The seeds you plant today are shaping your tomorrow. So, what's it gonna be? Keep scrolling, or start building the life you actually deserve?